and seeing beautiful sights like this. I mean, even though it is cloudy, as you get to start a day and get to go off on the road. Oh, so much to see, so much to do. Okay, off I have to go. Yes, I'm going back down the Alaska Highway, which is some of the roads are same as I came up. And of course, I'm fighting bugs the whole way. Oh, I know I stopped here last time on the way up through here. But I really just haven't gotten sick of the view. At all. Not one bit. Oh, what a journey. Sun's like practically always up, so you don't have to worry about anything too much. Like if it gets chilly in the evening or in the early morning, but it's not that bad. Just being up in Alaska for a couple weeks, the bug population significantly increased. I mean, it's actually amazing. Alaska, since the temperature doesn't get so high and there's so much snow and there's so much precipitation, it doesn't actually dry out a whole lot. So you get the perfect features so that when summer comes, the bug population just absolutely explodes. I mean, this makes sense with how the birds migrate up north because there's just so much food up here for them. And obviously the birds, etc., etc., etc. But just going along, and unfortunately, having to fight the bugs along the way was unfortunate. But there was one cool part right here. This is actually in the middle of an Indian reservation. This Indian reservation here was really huge because they're just right near all these glaciers and this whole valley which has a lot of glaciation and whatnot. They do a whole lot of helicopter and plane tours plus to do it. But right here, you can see the spray. At first I thought this was like some kind of like condensation or maybe like snow or something like that coming off the glaciers or the mountains. Look at that. That's so cool. Not even really sure what's causing it. What a spot to stop. It's just dust. Yeah. See that sand? Yeah, it's got to be just the dust. Cool. How epic is that? Oh, this place is a big lake. It's a native tribe. I forget what they're called. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, they've really kind of owned this. There's a whole lot of fishing, seaplane, tours of the area. Like there's a whole bunch of glaciers apparently, like all back in there. So they've really kind of like decked this whole place out. But what it actually was just blowing sand. I thought for a moment it could be like maybe like some water spray, some kind of mist, or perhaps even snow, but no, it was sand just blowing across kind of an open like river, like lake bed that just was temporarily dry, and you could see it. The odd thing was, is I actually had to pound through a couple like sections of sand, and man, if I didn't have the enduro and with good tires, I would have been in a lot of trouble, because it could have really kind of gone badly if I had a cruiser, because I don't think a cruiser would have handled it as well as mine did, because I had to go through a couple patches of sand just right on the road that had built up. People don't realize when you're in a car, there's a lot of things that would probably cause a motorcycle to go down, while in a motorcycle, you know, you're actually fretting and fraying a little bit when it comes to some of these things. But the real beauty is just kind of cruising along the Alaskan highway. I was headed to a spot called Whitehorse. It's a town in the Yukon. Being in the Yukon and all, it's just absolutely gorgeous to kind of go through this range and just absolutely love it. Whitehorse itself is a great little town. It seemed to be kind of more of a logging town, kind of a northern town, and turning more into a vacation town. But you can just see kind of all around here, fishing, wildlife. Oh, if you look closely, you'll occasionally see a black bear on the side, and I think there were a couple caribou in the area too. So that was great. Just sit back and relax and enjoy the ride. And of course, the bugs were returned right at the end, just to start pelting me as I was going into town. Not only that, I'm over 10,000 miles.